Well, welcome everybody to our Thursday night Basic Reset call. This is Penny Kyle, and I am from Central California. I'm excited this evening to talk to you guys and share a few things that have been happening with myself, with some people that I know, with my Bentley, and with Basic Reset. Thank you for taking time out of your family time this evening to get on this call tonight because, when you actually put some work into achieving your goals and your dreams and going for, and moving forward with what your why is, getting on calls like this, inviting others to be on a call like this, that tells people that you're serious about your business and you want to help other people in health, in wealth, and just to achieve goals and dreams. I have quite a few things that have happened in my life. When I got started in this industry, I just basically or more or less got started because I wanted some additional money, because when I was actually working at a job, I didn't have fun money, extra play money. I had barely enough to pay the bills. Well, that was kind of I guess you would say, a hobby. And I really was new to the industry, and I didn't really know what kind of business I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to do something online. Well, it took a few companies, and it took a few years for me to actually decide that doing this as a hobby was something that I needed to change, because I became laid off and my husband became laid off. Within 4 months of each other, we both had no job, no sense of an income. We went on to unemployment. And at the time, we were raising my 3 children, his 2 children, and 3 children that biologically were neither one of ours, but they were my brothers. So that's 8 kids and 2 adults, so a family of 10 with both income earners, now unemployed and on unemployment. If you've ever been on unemployment, you know that it's not very much money at all, let alone trying to raise 6 kids. And they ranged in age from 5 all the way to 16. So we were faced with really having to figure out, our own sort of way of earning an income. Jobs in our fields were not around. So when I finally found a company that I thought was really going to work for me, I just jumped in feet first, and that's what you got to do in this industry. We come in thinking that, 1, we know what we need to do and how we need to do it, or 2, we don't have a clue as to how to make this possible. So that was me on both sides. I failed miserably, but I picked myself back up. I found somebody that I wanted to be like, and I really contacted them, mimicked them, found out what kinds of things they did, how they failed, what they did when they failed to make things better. And then I started working on personal development. I can't say enough about this industry and how it's changed my life. My husband and I went from having comfortable jobs to being unemployed to going on to welfare to now me having my own home-based business where I earn more than a full-time income. I'm able to help other people learn the skills necessary to make money online, either to supplement their income or to do this as a income period. My husband is now working, and we went from losing everything to being evicted, facing being homeless, to now, and both cars almost being repossessed, to now we are building our first home. It can and will be done, ladies and gentlemen. You have to have the mindset. You can do anything you put your mind to. Here at Basic Reset, there's absolutely zero excuse as to why you can't be a part of such an amazing company. There is absolutely no fee to join. There is absolutely no auto ship. You don't even have to purchase the products to earn money. I'm telling you, this was the best decision I've ever made in my life. Not only am I able to finally achieve my dreams and goals, I'm losing weight. I'm feeling great. I just quit smoking 3 days ago, and Vibrant is helping me curb those cravings. Not just me, but my husband as well. And I am just so pleased with these products because when you think about animals using our products, and animals have a zero placebo effect, I've been able to help my dog go from being completely paralyzed to now walking and running. And I've been able to help so many other dachshund parents and other dog and cat parents and horses too. And they're getting the same results. So ladies and gentlemen, these products that we have are such a blessing to so many humans and animals. They bless you in order to create an income when there's not an income there. And I am just so incredibly thankful that I found my home here at Basic Reset, and I love helping all of you become successful. So without further ado, I would like to bring somebody up to speak to us. This is somebody I've known for, I think about 2.5 years. We've become super great friends. We met each other in another company. I've looked up to this man. He is a mentor. He is, oh my goodness, sometimes a counselor when you need to talk to somebody. He's just an absolute all-around, always thinking about the other person, helping, going the extra mile. I'd like to bring up Mr. Randy Steen. Are you there, Randy?
Wow, I sure am, Penny. Again, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. And I'm not sure that I'm worthy of any of that, but I sure do appreciate it. It's very, very nice. Hey, listen, I'm just sitting here. I was listening to what Penny was talking about, folks. And, it just really struck home with me as to what this company called Basic Reset is meaning to so many people, including Penny. And I know Penny's story because she's told it to me many times. I've actually, since I've known her, have lived through some of that story with her, should we say. And I've seen what it's done for her and her family and that wonderful little dog that, every time of course I'm a pet lover, but every time I look at that video of Bentley, I can't do it without getting tears in my eyes. It's absolutely astounding. And so, what Penny had to say is absolutely the truth. This company is making a massive difference in people's lives. And Penny, I want to thank you for sharing that. On tonight's call, I'm going to be telling you about something that, quite frankly, I was going to have Fred on and have Fred tell you about it. But since we're talking about this company, I want to tell you why Fred isn't here. Now, think about this for a minute, folks. Fred is the owner of this company. He has employees that work for him. He has people that could do this job. But you know why he's not on this call tonight? He's not here, and I'm going to talk about what he was going to talk about. But he's not here because right now he's in his car driving to the airport post office with orders of Vibrant. I think pretty close to 200 of those orders went out today. And he's taking what didn't go out earlier to the post office at the airport so that it still goes out tonight. Now think about this. This is the owner of the company. He doesn't have to be doing that. He could have shipped it tomorrow, and one more day wouldn't have probably been a deal breaker for anybody. But he thinks enough of the people that are part of this company that he wanted to make sure that he could get that order to you as quickly as possible, since it actually came in about a day later than we thought it was going to from the manufacturer, unfortunately, because there was the truck that was supposed to pick up the product at the manufacturer got involved in an accident, and by the time the next truck got there, it was too late. He couldn't pick it up. They were closed. And so it had to be picked up the next day. So, due to circumstances unforeseen by us, we got our product a day late. This Vibrant came in a day later than we thought it was going to. But just think about this. He got up this morning early and drove over. Instead of having it delivered to our home office, he got up and went and rented a truck and drove over to the loading dock an hour and a half away from the office in Nashville, picked up the product, brought it to Nashville, to our office, and unloaded it, and then brought the truck back, and then came back, and they've been packing and shipping orders all day long with this Vibrant. So it's absolutely astounding. And when you have an owner of a company that cares that much about the people that belong to this company, and you hear stories like Penny's and stories about, listen, there's people on this call tonight, and I know them, and I know their stories, and I know that they have been in this industry before, and some have not been here very long, some have been in the industry for a little while, but they've never really made any real money in the industry, and yet there's people here that are earning checks, weekly checks, in the hundreds of dollars. Sometimes very close to $1,000, and they're just getting started. And they're getting these checks in a program that is allowing people to order only because they want the product. This is the part that's really cool. They're ordering the product because they want the product, not because they have to place an order in order to stay qualified or to earn commissions. Think about that. You see, they said it couldn't be done, and we're doing it. They said that unless you force people to place an order every month through an auto ship, or at least through an order that has to be placed manually in order to stay active or earn commissions, unless you do that, there's no way people are going to order. Well, guess what? We're proving them wrong on a massive basis, massive daily basis. We're growing by leaps and bounds. It's absolutely astounding. And so we have a company here that is changing lives. There's one person on this call, and I'm not going to say who it was, but it was the top money earner for this week. Now, I happen to know that this individual, according to what I understand anyway, has not really made a whole lot of money in the industry before, and is actually the number one money earner this past week. In a week's time, probably made as much money as some people do in a month, because there's people out there that are struggling, and they're working hard and not making much money. But there's what's really exciting about this is that the opportunity was there to do this, and this person is just getting started. There's several on this call that I know of that are making great money with this company. Now, are you guaranteed to make money here? Absolutely not. You see, it's going to be based on how much effort you put into it. And I'm going to give you some pointers on how to increase that effort in a very simple, easy way, because that's what this is all about. You see, our company is simple and easy to understand. It's simple and easy to make money with. The marketing plan is not complicated. The products are very simple and easy to understand. How complicated can it be when you put a little tea bag in some water and put some drops in some water, and you've got a life-changing combination that will alter people's lives just by drinking water. How complicated can that be? And then you get this canister and you open this up and you take a scoop out of, simple, one scoop, put it in the liquid, in the water, and mix it up and drink it. And the reports that we're getting from people, the things that we're hearing about from people that this is doing for them is absolutely astounding, including weight loss. Many of you probably, especially if you're, and by the way, I forgot to welcome you. If you're a guest here tonight, I want to welcome you to this call. I want to thank you for being here and for taking your time out this evening. In fact, there's probably a lot of people on this call that are saying, oh my gosh, they're having this crazy call on when this debate is on tonight, and they really wanted to listen to it. And if you did, I promise I'll try to make this thing as short as possible here so that you can get to it. But the thing is, you're taking your time out to be on this call, and somebody invited you here because they wanted you to know what this is all about. So I want to thank you and congratulate you for being here. But, our company has changed the lives of so many people. It is a company that's going to be well known in the industry in a very short period of time, because there's companies out there, there's people out there that have been looking at us and saying, this is unbelievable. You're not charging anybody to get involved. You don't require that they have to place an order to stay active or even earn commissions. You give them a free website. Don't charge them for that. You even have flat rate shipping, and you have a 60-day money-back guarantee on your product, and you pay commissions daily. I mean, you figure them out daily and put them into an e-wallet that they can use to order product from the company internally, never have to take a dime out of their own pocket. And then every Wednesday, what's left over in that e-wallet, you put directly into their free PayPal account. Think about this. Not one thing did I just say would ever cost you one thin dime, one thin penny out of your own pocket. Everything that I just told you about, you can be doing without any income. You can go to somebody that's on the street that has nothing and get them started in business today. And actually, they could start today and next Wednesday get a paycheck, because we also do not have any lag time. A lot of companies will say, okay, we'll pay you every week, but what you're going to get paid on this week will be from what happened 2 weeks ago. If you have an order that's placed on Wednesday morning and they cut checks at 1 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, that order on Wednesday morning will be included in that check. Unheard of in this industry. We're changing the face of the industry. Now, I want to tell you about something that Fred was going to tell you about, and I want you to all pay close attention to this. If you have a TV on, if you have a radio on, if you have anything on in the background that might distract you, I'd like you to shut that off, because I want you to really pay close attention to what I'm going to be telling you, because, folks, this is probably one of the largest, most exciting things you're ever going to hear about in this industry. In the network marketing industry, and even though we're not a network marketing company, we're an affiliate-based marketing company, we still fit within the network marketing parameters as far as the Direct Selling Association and stuff is concerned. And never in this industry, do you ever hear about, or let me put it this way, what you always hear about in this industry is something that people worry about all the time. They're afraid that somebody's going to say something out there, or somebody's going to do something, or the company's going to have some printed material that doesn't look quite right, and they're really concerned that this organization called the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, is going to come in and shut the company down. As a matter of fact, the FDA and the FTC just recently did go in and shut down a company and almost ruined the company in Phoenix, Arizona, Mesa, Arizona. I won't say the company's name, but they were a huge company doing hundreds of millions of dollars of business a year, and they were shut down because the FTC and the FDA made a surprise visit on them. Well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Not too long ago, there was some riffraff out there about some fellow that's got a website out there called Behind the MLM News, and he said he looked at our company. He said, boy, this Basic Reset is quite a company. As a matter of fact, he went so far as to say that he looked at everything and he couldn't see anything wrong except maybe one thing. Because of our testimonies that are on our website, he thought, well, maybe they could run the risk of being shut down by the Food and Drug Administration. Well, let me tell you something. While you are all working today, or yesterday, let's put it this way, yesterday, while you are all out selling and talking to people and sharing, there was a knock at our door, and it was called the Food and Drug Administration, and they showed up on a surprise visit. And they went through us with pretty much doing everything but giving us a colonoscopy. They looked at everything we had, including every testimony that we have on our website. They looked at all of the products that we have. And here's what's really interesting. As this lady from the FDA was looking at the testimonies, and Fred was showing her the testimonies on the line because she wanted to see them, the first two testimonies that are on that page are Laura Dodd and Linda Hatcher. And those are testimonies that are pretty doggone impressive. And the FDA looked at it and she says, my gosh, that's absolutely amazing. And you know what's really cool? There was nothing wrong with any of the testimonies on our site. You know what's really cool? We got a flying colors, absolutely 100%, everything's A-OK from the Food and Drug Administration. You see, so if you think that Fred and Kim are running this company right, let me tell you something. Do you know how important that is? They don't visit network marketing companies, but they visited us. And, of course, one of the reasons they did is because of some of the products that we have. You know, we make the Ionite product. Well, when we make that product, I mean, they have to visit us to see that. They did visit us about 4 years ago and went over everything with a fine-tooth comb, and we were fine then too. But we passed an FDA inspection with flying colors. Now, let me tell you something else that's really exciting about this. We are actually, the lady's bringing back the form, she said, I think you guys should be registered with the FDA. And guess what? We're going to be registered with the FDA. So now when people ask you about our company, you can literally say, the FDA has been to our house, knocked on our door, and we passed that thing with flying colors. We are absolutely 100% A-OK as far as the FDA is concerned. Not only that, we are a registered company with the FDA. Now, I want you to know how powerful that is in this industry. I've never, in my 41-plus years, that I've been in this industry, have I ever been with a company that was inspected by the FDA. Never. We were. Twice. Not because we had complaints, not because there was anything wrong. It was simply a routine inspection, but they don't tell you when they're coming. Guys and gals, this is probably one of the most powerful things that you'll ever hear about any company, because you can honestly say and tell people if they ask you, what about those testimonies? No problem. They looked at them. The FDA, they looked at them. They're fine. Not a problem. You see, if there would have been a problem, they would have said we had to remove them. We don't have to remove any of them. They're all A-OK. And all of our products pass. Not only that, the lady that asked us, that was there looking at our stuff and looked at the testimonies and said, that's absolutely astounding, is asking about our products. And I know I'm not talking about asking necessarily about our products as far as, you know, she's asking questions as far as the FDA is concerned. She's personally asking about our products. Well, to me, that's a pretty exciting thing. And that, to me, is some of the biggest news, one of the biggest news hints that or news releases, should we say, that you're going to ever hear in this industry, because you just don't hear it. You just don't. What you normally hear is, oh, my God, I hope they don't do something that they come and shut us down. Well, they ain't going to shut us down, because, you see, we're doing things the right way, and that's absolutely astounding. So we've got a company owner that is going out of his way, because a lot of them wouldn't, believe me. They'd rather go someplace and meet their buddies and have a glass of wine and a nice meal and spend all the money that they should have been paying to you living in their high loft apartments. You see, they're out doing that rather than taking their time working and spending their time when they'd probably rather be home driving and carrying product to an airport so that it gets out tonight so that you can get your product like you normally should be getting it. I can't say enough about this company. I really can't. I've been in this industry for 41-plus years. I've been full-time in it since 1997. I have owned my own network marketing company. And I have to honestly tell you, I have never, ever, ever, ever been with a company like this one. And here's what's really cool. You think all of this looks good? Folks, you haven't seen anything yet. We're not done. There's more things that are going to be happening in the not-too-distant future that you're going to look back and say, oh, my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe that I'm here with this. You're in a groundbreaking situation with this company. We're breaking new ground all the time. and we're doing it the right way. We're doing it conservatively. We're doing it where we're helping people, and that's what it's all about. And then we've got this weight loss challenge that quite frankly was an idea of Trish Powell and Roger Daffinson. They were the guys. They were the two that came up with the idea and talked to Penny and I, and we all decided we'd put this contest on. Well, guess what's happening, folks? Even little fat, roly-poly guys like me are losing weight because I'm paying attention to it. I mean, the thing started on March 1st. It's now March 3rd, and you all saw my weight that's posted on the site. When I got on the scale this morning, I was just a little over 5 pounds down from what I was on the 1st. I mean, think about this. It's amazing. It's astounding. Now, I want to talk to you just a minute, and then I'm going to let you go because I don't want to keep you any longer than have to. There's some certain things that we talk about all the time. People say to me, well, Randy, you're out promoting this business all the time, and what is it that you do that you're able to talk to people? What is it you say to them? Because, folks, I never talk to people that don't want to know something from me. I never go to people that don't want to know something from me. And you say, well, what do you mean? I mean, how can you approach? I hear you talk about approaching complete strangers. I do. But I ask questions that makes them ask me for more information. Like the $1 million question that you've all heard me talk about. You know, I got that from Robert Hollis. Wonderful man. He teaches people how to, he's a multimillionaire. He teaches people how to become wealthy. He's made all kinds of money in this industry. He made a tremendous amount of money asking the $1 million question. And I adopted it years ago from him. And I use it all the time. It works wonderful. And if you want to know where it is, you can go to our Basic Reset Freedom Group page and click under the Files tab and scroll down. Do a search once you get in there, put in $1 million question, and it'll come up for you. It tells you exactly what to say. But if you ask people questions or make statements that are said in the right way, they will ask you for more information. Well, I have another mentor that I follow, and his name is Eric Worre, and I'm sure that many of you on this call have heard of him. He is no longer in the network marketing industry because he's retired from it, and he teaches people how to make the business work. And when he was in the industry, he has a question that he used almost exclusively all the time. And it's a question that you fill in the blank with, and I'll give you an example, but all you got to remember are these 4 words. If I, would you? If I, fill in the blank, would you fill in the blank? For example, if I gave you a video to watch, would you watch it? If I gave you a sample of this fabulous energy drink, would you drink it? If I sent you to a website and wanted you to watch a video or a movie about a dog that went from being paralyzed to walking and playing again, would you watch it? If I gave you some information about how water literally was changed by adding minerals to it, would you look at it? So you can use it with anything. If I, fill in the blank, would you fill in the blank? So what we try to teach all of the time, and what I try to do in my little drive time videos, is give you ideas that you can use that will very simply and easily cause you to be able to do things to get people to say to you, I'd like to know more about that. For example, we don't have sample packs of Vibrant yet. We will. We're working on that. Unfortunately, it's a process. But we will have those once it's all set up, then it won't be a problem. But we hope to have them, I'm hoping, by the first part of April sometime, but I don't even want to tell you a date, but that's what we're shooting for now. But I get people to use Vibrant all the time, and you know what I do? Whenever I go any place, and I go into a restaurant, for example, this morning I had to go and have a semi-annual blood test just for a physical routine thing. And afterwards, I went to have breakfast. When I walked in, even though I didn't have one, because I had one later when I got home, I brought my Vibrant canister with me. And I set it on the table. And when the waitress came over and I looked at the menu, I saw her looking at it. And when she was looking at it, I asked her, I said, could I have a glass of water and a fork? Well, when you ask somebody for a glass of water and a fork, believe me, they begin to wonder, why would you want a glass of water and with a fork? And besides that, you already got a fork on the table. I don't care. I ask for a glass of water and a fork all the time. And so she says, okay. And I said, well, you're probably wondering why I want that. But you see this canister here? This is the world's first healthy energy drink that's diabetic friendly. And I said, I don't go a day without drinking this. And I said, it helps you lose weight. And all I did was get that out of my mouth. And she said to me, oh, my God. She says, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I'm bushed. I'm tired. And we don't close until 1:30 this afternoon. I said, go get yourself a glass of water and a fork. And I said, come on over here and I'll make you one. And she came over and I made her one. And I said, now I want you to drink this. And I said, this isn't a sipping drink. I want you to drink this in the next 10 minutes to 15 minutes at the max. And then I said, I want you to go about this, and before I leave, I want you to come over and tell me what you think of it. Well, here's what's really cool about this. When she did that and drank the drink, the first thing she did when she took a drink out of it, because honestly, I could see by the look on her face, she was thinking she was going to get something that really didn't taste good. Although it smelled good to her and it really looked pretty, she was expecting a nasty taste, because you know why? Because most energy drinks really taste like medicine. She took that drink, and her face just lit up. She's like, wow. She said, this is good. I said, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I said, drink it down, and I said, just take it in the back there with you. She went into the back. I'm telling you right now, it wasn't 5 minutes, and another girl came out, and she said, could I get one of those? So I said, sure, give me a glass of water and a fork. And so I mixed up her one, and she took it back. And then they brought my breakfast, and I'm eating my breakfast, and pretty soon I look up, and here's a guy standing next to me. And I said, can I help you? And he says, yeah. He says, how do you like your omelet? He says, I made it for you. I said, I love it. He said, well, the real reason I came out here is I was wondering if I could have one of those. And I said, sure. I said, get a glass of water and a fork. So he brought a glass of water and a fork. And by the way, they were big glasses that you see in a restaurant. They hold about 14 ounces of water. If there was a smaller glass, I wouldn't put in a full scoop. I'd put in about 3/4 of a scoop so that it wouldn't be too sweet for him. But at any rate, he brought it, and I mixed it up, and he took it back. Now, when I left and went to pay the bill, the first girl that drank it, Kay, she was at the till, and she said to me, this stuff is astounding. She said, I suppose it's expensive. I said, no, not expensive at all. I said, it's $34.95 for a month's supply. Oh, my gosh, she says, that's cheaper than all the other energy drinks. I said, yeah. And I said, it's healthy for you. Well, she said, I want to get some. I said, no problem. I can help you with that. And I gave her my business card. And on the back of my business card, I wrote down, if you have any questions, you need to call me. My number's on the front, and my name is on the front. But I hand wrote that, even though all my information's on the front of that card. The reason I hand wrote it is because she'll hang on to it, because I hand wrote something on the back. And she said, I want to get some of that stuff. So to make a long story short, she called me today after she got done with her work at this restaurant. She called me and she said, okay, she said, I've got tomorrow off. She said, could we possibly get together? And she said, I would like to know a little bit more about this, because she said, I saw on your card that you can make money with no money. She said, what's that all about? I said, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Well, she said, this other gal that came out and got one of those drinks, she said, if she's available, she might like to come and hear about this too. And I said, well, here's the smart thing to do. I said, you need to come and hear about it first, and then you need to get her signed up so that when she orders her product, you can make some commission from that. And then she needs to get that cook signed up so that when he orders, she makes some commission, and so do you. And she said, what? How does that work? I said, tomorrow we'll talk about that. Now, folks, that all happened from me bringing a canister in and not saying anything, just setting it on the table, except I asked for a glass of water and a fork. So a glass of water and a fork. That's 5 words. A glass of water. No, that's 6 words. A glass of water and a fork. If I, fill in the blank, would you? Think of these simple words that you can use. I just found out. Simple words, but if you're in a group of people and you say, hey, I just found out, the minute you're done saying those words, the entire group that you're with will stop talking and look at you. because they want to know what you found out. I just found out how stay-at-home moms are making more money than their husbands are working full-time. I just found out how children that are struggling with AD&D are drinking a wonderful drink that's healthy for them, and the ADD problems are going away. I just found out how the United States government is willing to pay you anywhere from $100 to $1,000 a month just for having your own home-based business. They actually put cash money into your pocket. I just found out how when my alarm goes off, all I got to do is roll over rather than roll out. You see, simple things like that get people to ask you questions. Alrighty, we've gone a little bit longer than I normally would, but listen, guys and gals, I want to thank you all for being here on this call tonight. I hope that if you have any questions whatsoever, if you're a guest, get with the individual that asked you to be here, and they'll explain all this to you in detail. In fact, if you live close to them, tell them you want one of those energy drinks. You've got a glass of water and a fork, and you'd like to have one of those. And if you have any questions whatsoever on anything we've talked about tonight, feel free to message me on Facebook, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you. But just remember this. We are with a company that is unlike any other company in this industry. We're with a company that is here to help you change your life health-wise and also change your life wealth-wise. And like I said, we're not done yet, folks. Believe me, we're not done yet. You're going to be amazed at what you're going to see is coming down. And this is not all hype, because this company's not about hype. These are actual facts. But remember, I don't know where you've been before, but I've never been with anybody that had the FDA come in and look at them and say, wow, you guys are really doing great. You passed with flying colors. And not only that, I think you should get registered with us. Guys and gals, that's powerful. That's powerful. Now, one caution that I have to give you is this, because they don't allow this. You cannot go out and in print advertise that we're registered with the FDA or the FDA gave us flying colors. You can tell anybody you want to about it, but if you start putting it in print, they don't like that. But it doesn't make any difference. What you tell people one-on-one is absolutely fine. But if you go out and get people to try to join our company because you say the FDA registered us, well, now what happens is they think that you are promoting your business based on them only, and that doesn't fly. So that's the only word of caution. Other than that, sky's the limit on what you do. Guys and gals, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I want to thank you for taking your time to spend with our company, and I want to thank you, first of all, for paying enough attention to your life that you want to exceed. And remember this, wherever you go, there you are. Always make the most of it, because I guarantee you, nobody's going to do it for you. We'll see you next Thursday night. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.